Yes, self-builders, I'm back again with another episode of Self-Builds by Fenton. We're on season 1, episode 5, part 4. Yeah, part 4. Yes, self-builders, I'm back again with another episode. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say I'm quite happy this week because Man United have secured Champions League football, so I can't complain. That's made my week. So irrespective of what went wrong this week, that's some positive news. Also been going to the gym as normal, feeling strong, feeling fit, and also I'm going to an event called City Splash tomorrow. It's a reggae, Afrobeats and dancehall festival in South London. Weather's going to be beautiful. I'm so happy that on bank holiday weekends they don't let us down, right? We always get that perfect weather. So going to be cutting some shapes there, having a bit of a dance, letting loose. You know, you got to sometimes, all this hard work that you do, you got to have some sort of release and sport, and music, bit of dancing helps that tenfold. So if you're down there, shout me out. I won't be walking around with a self-builds t-shirt on. I'll be definitely in one of the tents or watching Chronics, being in a position where, you know, as per the last video, I was planning to attend site and actually do some work. You know, I could change the location of this video so that you've not always got my little kitchen behind me, and actually get some physical work done. Also, one of my favorite races of the year in the F1's on this week, the Monaco Grand Prix. So for all you F1 fans out there, I'm a big F1 fan. Been following it since the days of Michael Schumacher, and then obviously Lewis Hamilton coming through and dominating the scene for a number of years and transcending the sport. So yeah, big fan of him, big fan of Formula One, and looking forward to the Monaco Grand Prix this weekend. I wish I was going. If anyone's got tickets, let me know. And in relation to planning with drainage, as I mentioned in the last video, I was going to be going on site with a little CCTV camera to try and inspect the manhole and look down the sewer pipe that links towards the neighbour on the right hand side. So what the architect had requested was two things. Number one was to compare and see if you can work out which angle the drain is running towards the neighbour on the right hand side. And on the left hand side, he just wanted to clarify that there was a manhole in the other neighbour's garden. Reason being, the drawings that I'm currently showing on the screen, you can see the left-hand side neighbour has a 90-degree bend, which means that it's a straight run all the way through. And the right, I can't even talk for it. What is going on? And the neighbour on the left had a 90-degree angle bend. My job going over to East London was to work out and confirm that. Number two, also I needed to clarify that there was a manhole in the neighbour's garden. It was a bit annoying because the neighbour was in the garden, so I didn't want to appear like some creep peering over someone's garden, but luckily I had some drone footage that my mate took for me earlier this year, and I used that to kind of establish whether, you know, they had a manhole in their garden or not. But we'll get into that in a bit. So yeah, now let's look into the plan that I had going to site. Evidently, I just wanted to be in and out. I thought it'd be a couple of hours job because I was going to meet a mate later. And I knew it was going to go wrong from the moment I got there, because the Amazon delivery said that the kit that I needed was like a little camera. And it has like a 5 meter like cable on it. And at the end of the cable, there's a camera, and then it allows you to look down pipes, etc. Now, you know, I think the videos that I saw in use was mainly in domestic internals. Obviously, the practical application of what I was trying to do, I didn't really think too much. I just wanted to see if it was a straight run, the pipe, or not. So I thought that this device would be useful to be able to do that. So yeah, firstly, the Amazon delivery came about 2 hours late. So that already sent me back for the day, which was annoying. And then after that, when it did arrive and I went outside, I realized the flexibility of the 5 meter extension of the camera was really quite flimsy. So it meant that I had to think of a smarter way to get the camera down inside the manhole. And just for those that don't know, the manhole is about 6 foot deep. So trying to get a flimsy cable inside, a hole that's 6 foot deep below is quite difficult. And obviously sewage in there is not like the nicest of jobs. So, I'm quite a tenacious person. I try to figure out some sort of contraption, and I'll show you what it looks like now.
The sewer flows to the main road. This direction of the sewer flows to the right-hand neighbour, and this is the one that the architect has asked us to check today. And what he wants to know is whether it goes straight or at a 45-degree angle. And the sewer to the left serves the remaining properties across the back of the property line. This is the not so important manhole, and it serves the existing property and literally just drops into the main sewer, and the other connection comes from the bathroom on the first floor. Walking over to where the new manholes are going to be, around this area, and the other one's going to be a surface manhole which will sit just to the top of the about 450mm down and sit at the top. Yeah, see me super strength there, look, lifting up the manhole cover with my bare hands. Absolute beast. So let's take a look inside this baby. It doesn't smell too bad, to be fair. So yeah, if you haven't seen in a manhole before, this one's very deep. It's about 6 foot deep, and it serves where I'm pointing now. That serves all the properties to the right hand side of the property. I'm facing away into the garden at the moment, so yeah, that line serves all those properties in the back garden on the right hand side, and the one I'm pointing backwards now serves the main sewer to the front of the road. So you can see the flow of water coming through all the way out to the front of the house. And then today, what we're going to be inspecting is that one on the left. What we want to know is it flowing from a 90-degree angle or is it a 45-degree angle? That was the ask from the architect, and that's what we're trying to find out. That grey pipe there, that's connected to our kitchen, and this was the little contraption that I set up to not have to go down there, because there's no way I'm going down there without PPE and proper equipment and my shiny shoes, So I constructed this. Obviously all of this stuff's going to get thrown away because obviously it's gone down in the sewer, but I put it together to try and see if I could see down the hole.
So this is a contraption that I put together, and what it was is a long pole which was about 6 foot deep, and I wrapped the camera around it to try and see if I could see within the pipe. Now it was working fine, but then I quickly realized that you couldn't physically see in the hole, so it would just be pitch black in there. Even though there was light at the end of the camera, it wasn't bright enough to be able to look directly down the pipe to see if the pipe was running straight or not, which was really frustrating. And tried to set up some other sorts of contraptions, like with the selfie ring lights, lowered the pipe down the manhole so that you could kind of see whether or not you could see anything. And there was a little camera on the other end of the there was a little a TV at the end of there was a little screen at the end of the camera whereby you could see what the camera was looking at. But yeah, it was just a mess, absolute mess. And I was there for about 4 or 5 hours trying to do this, and I realized that you either need to go down there, for which I'm not doing, right, or you need to potentially get a drainage engineer or drainage person to go down there. Right, they've got all the PPE necessary. I've not got time to be going down manholes, if I'm honest with you. I'm happy to dig, but I'm not going to be going in there because there's people's sewage coming through, if you know what I mean, right? So it's just not an environment that I want to be in at the moment, to be honest. I'm not getting paid enough for that. So yeah. So yeah, I eventually had to give up. But knowing me, I'm not one to give up. So straight away, obviously, I got into a position where I was like speaking to the architect to understand, is this a deal breaker? What does this mean in terms of our design? Because as I don't know if you're aware, but if you're new to the channel, we're trying to get a design made for the drainage. It was quite quickly realized that we need to do a level of design in order to start work on the manhole to make sure that it meets building regulations. So yeah, I spoke to the architect. Architect said, yeah, that's fine. What he would suggest is to actually dig a 6-foot hole where you think the pipe may be, because he definitely needs the angle so that we're not in a position where we need to redo a redesign, because the logic is that once we know where all the pipes go underground, then it will give him enough information to put together a design which we can then run through building control and Thames Water to get signed off. So that's what I need to do now. So, you know, over the course of between now and next week, you're definitely going to be seeing some digging by me now, because I have to dig about 1 meter by meter manhole, which is about 6 foot deep, to try and locate this pipe on the right-hand side neighbor's property to see where it runs to. Fingers crossed, right, that it is a 45-degree angle, because once we're confirmed and validated that it is a 45-degree angle, it will allow the architect to propose a solid design which potentially can save us money and can save us time as well, because it means we'll only need to dig, I think it's a single surface manhole, a single surface rodding chamber, and a manhole, a 6-foot manhole as well. So it will be good news in that regard. So yeah, next, so yeah, this, I just had struggles working out whether this pipe, this single pipe that is just getting on my nerves now, is running straight or running at an angle to help us with our design. But it's important that it's done. You know, sometimes, you know, as they say, Rome wasn't made in a day, right? You just got to be a bit patient and just keep trying and trying again and see if you can come at the problem from a different angle. But sometimes I get a bit headstrong, so I'm deterred. That's why I spent so long. I should have quickly realized that it's not going to work, right? Because even if you do get the little camera inside the hole, you still can't really tell whether it's 45 degrees or whether it's 90 degrees or whether it's going uphill. So yeah, the best next alternative isn't going to cost us anything. At least we don't need to spend any more money on anything. It's just a bit of manual labor that needs doing in order to locate this pipe, and then the architect will have, you know, our design in a position where we've got it drafted, and then we can share it with Thames Water and the building control inspector with the building control inspector, and then we can, you know, get that signed off provisionally, and then get started on the work, to be honest. So yeah, it was a busy day, hot. I can't lie though, the weather has been absolutely beautiful. That's probably another reason why I was out there so long, because, you know, if it was raining or something, definitely wouldn't be out there as long. I'd probably given up after hour 1. So yeah, lesson for you all out there: if your manholes are really deep, just don't even waste your time going out there unless you've got the proper equipment or the proper people to do the actual survey yourself. If you're trying to save money, yeah, just dig it up, right? It was just one pipe we needed to clarify, and it is going to be a lot of digging for one pipe, but as I say, it's going to save us time in the future. And, you know, big, strong lads, I'll get my brother down to help as well. Hopefully, if he wants to come. My old man, he doesn't go nowhere near any digging. He just likes to observe, watch, and point, even though he's just as big as we are. So, yeah, it should be good fun. And I'll be posting the next video when I've come back from that site. And, you know, hopefully we've located this pipe and clarified the angle. But ahead of that, our architect's been really proactive in the sense that he has created a design, assuming the pipe does run at a 45-degree angle, for which will make our lives easier. And I'll show you what that looks like now. So as you can see, what he's done is he's amended this from a design that he did earlier, where he had 2 rodding chambers here for both properties, which lead then into one main manhole, which then ran out to the front of the house. So he's put together a little sketch on the assumption that, you know, it is a 45-degree angle. And now, yeah, the ball's thrown back in our side of the court. We've got to go and crack on, do some digging, and locate this pipe. And I'm telling you, I'm determined to get it done. So I'll be digging like a madman when the time is right. So look forward to that video. So yeah, no messing about. Let's get this dig done. Let's locate this final pipe, and then let's get this drainage design done and signed off, because I'm sick of making episodes about drainage now, because it's the most disgusting part of the project. But, you know, it's again, I say it's the most disgusting but most important part of the project, right? And I rate all those drainage people out there that have to go down and do this job every day, because some of the smells coming out of there, whew, let's just say, yeah, I'm definitely not going to give up my day job to do that kind of work. Big respect to you all. All right, so until the next episode, again, I'll be busy digging and just working on the other projects that I've got going on. So yeah, have a nice rest of the week. Enjoy your weekend, enjoy the sport. If you've got any plans for the bank holiday, wish you all the best.